with some mercy through the Lord, 120 years they were destroyed. So the Lord love people have spirits like Cain, but he also saying that you must be saved too. You must be born again. And the Lord is warning people. And he shall prevail over the wicked one. The Bible said in one part, and I know this has to be the Lord. I'm going to cover it in Revelation, the 6th chapter in verse 10. And they cried with a loud voice. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? I'll say it in another way. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, how holy and true, do you not judge and avenge out our blood on them that dwell on the earth? The Lord is going to revenge whatever happens to Christians, so don't worry about it. If you get taken out by someone, don't worry about it. As long as you're born again, as long as you're written in the book of life, that's important. Because I don't worry about that. I know we have power. And then he gave us power to tread upon serpents.
That's right.
And I know I have power. I recognize our power that we have. We have power. And so you, as Christians, stay Christians. You are going to get visions and stuff like that, dreams. And sometimes you have to say something. Some of you all, I do sometimes ponder on some dreams. Just are visions that I've gotten. As many in the Bible has done in the past. Some visions and dreams you will not understand at all. And the Lord will tell you, he told Daniel he didn't reveal everything. That Daniel wanted to understand one dream, and he was able to interpret this and that, but he wasn't able to interpret this one dream. And the Lord didn't reveal it to him. It wasn't for him to know it at the time, see. But a lot of people died by faith. And a lot of people had died because someone had killed a lot of Christian brothers and sisters in the Bible, and also in the Bible. Simple as that. And some Christians and brothers on this earth have been killed because of righteousness.
That's true.
But the grave is speaking from the grave. The Lord will revenge them. The Lord will revenge us.
And you know, this one particular vision that I had, it was weird because I remember we were all in this church. There wasn't that many people, members in the church at this time. I don't know what church this was. It wasn't really a big church. It was like a medium-sized church. And I remember this guy, he was pastoring, and all of a sudden the Lord had came to me and told me, make sure nobody goes out. So I told him, I jumped up and I said, look, nobody cannot leave these doors. And nobody can't enter these doors until the Lord says so. And so they all looked at me strangely, and most of them, they were older women and men, and one child. And they was like looking at me trying to figure out why would I say this. Well, outside of that, it was kind of getting dark. It was some shooting. Obviously, it was these young gangs. They were out there, these young boys, they were shooting. There was an older man that was shooting after this young boy, and he was heading towards the church. And everybody ducked, and it was just a lot of shooting. After it had completed, that's when I had went out, and we all got this young man to bring him inside the church. And we laid him on top of the table, and we started wrapping him up. And because he was dead. And some of the church members that were there, they started praying over him. And as they started praying over him, he was starting to move. So he was returning back his life that was lost during the fight. So he was grateful that he returned, but at the same token, he was trying to figure out why that he had to come back. And they told him, they said, well, first of all, why were you heading towards the church? He said, because I was trying to get saved. Okay, so they said, okay, you was trying to get saved by heading towards the church, but the Lord told us not to open up the doors. We couldn't open the doors because it was something bad that was happening, and that's what happened. There was a lot of shooting. Some people did get killed. But for this particular young man, even though he died, he was revived. So this time he was able to have a second chance to get out of that bad stuff that was going on, as being in the gangs or whatever bad fellowship that he was having. He had a second chance to be able to tell others about, yes, I died, but now I'm alive, and now, you know, the Lord gave me a second chance. So he did get saved and everything like that. But it was just, I didn't understand it, because this wasn't the first time I had this dream. It wasn't, or the vision. It wasn't the first time I had this. I had this before. But it might be somebody that maybe had experienced that, or, you know, allowed me to see this, because somebody had died or will be dying, and they will have an opportunity to be able to have a second chance and be able to testify towards a lot of other people about, you know, what the Lord has done for them. So so, you know, we don't understand a lot of things, but we know that this stuff is real.
Yes, it is.
It's real.
Speaking from the grave, that's what we're talking about. It's the title. We went to the book of Genesis, the 4th chapter, verse 10. Also note that even though Abel was killed by Cain, which Abel was the good seed, Cain was from the wicked one.
Right.
If you look in the 1 John 3 and 12, I believe, it speaks about that. They speak about Cain all over the Bible.
Right.
And you also in the New Testament as well, the 1 John 3 and 12. And he called it, he was of the wicked one, and he slew his brother. Why? Because his own works were evil, and Abel's works were righteous. And so that's why he slew or killed his brother.
Right.
And even though the good seed was killed and we're not able to have any children, is that's the enemy. It's always the trick of the devil for the bad seed to parade the world.
Right.
And the good seeds to be destroyed, good humans to be destroyed. People that want to yield themselves unto the Lord. Never known the Lord before, but they yield themselves unto the Lord. I had never known the Lord. I didn't know nothing about the Lord. I didn't know nothing about no Bible. I didn't know what a Bible was. My daddy was a carpenter. Just like some other people, Jesus really wasn't biologically his daddy, but, you know, he was a carpenter. As they know, you know, the world know, or as in the Bible, they figured that's his daddy. If any other kind of way, they would have had a problem with that. But anyway, so they didn't know much about Jesus anyway, and they didn't know he was the Son of God, which means that he is God. Anyway, the point is that Seth, or Seth, S-E-T-H, took the place of Abel. Because they said once he came, the third son came, they began to call on the name of the Lord.
I see.
So whatever they do to us, or one of us, the Lord always have somebody else to take our place.
That's right.
This seed shall, from Genesis to Revelation, we win. We win regardless of what happened. Speaking from the grave, many prophets have spoke from the grave. Many people have touched prophets from the grave and has been healed. I'm telling you that the Lord will use you. The Lord will use you if you die and you'll speak.
That's right.
The Lord will use you. Go ahead.
One more thing, and then I'm gonna be out. Also, if you look at if you look in Kings, you will see that Saul had seeked out Samuel. Yeah. But he went through the wrong way
of doing it. I'm glad you mentioned that. The Lord will use you.
So the thing is that you have to be careful, even though Samuel had told him what's going to be happening, because Saul was trying to find out why was the Lord not talking to him, and the prophets that was that normally would talk to the Lord did not come to Saul. He was seeking out information of what's going to happen because he was afraid of the Philistines. And when he seek out a witch, that's where he ended up getting Samuel called from the grave. And she was a prophet, but she was also a prophet through witching.
Witchcraft. That's right.
So what happened is that you have to be so very careful, because you end up touching something that you can't handle.
Don't go there. Don't go there.
And second of all, it's not your place to do that. You know, you're
not
as
a Christian. You're not supposed to do it, or non-Christian.
Exactly. You're not supposed to get into the darkness.
The darkness. You don't sell your soul to the devil to get what you want.
None. So it's not worth it.
You don't step on people. You don't kill people to get what you want, because the grave speaks. The Lord will use investigators, people that only know you or your family member, and they will go and find that grave. They will go, because the Lord will speak to them. Some of them are not even preachers, prophets, or Christians, and the Lord will use them to find out what happened. A lot of things going to come be revealed 2011 about a lot of things that happened in the past, and I'm hoping that it does, because people need to be people need to know what happened, and people need to go to jail for that. People need to go to jail for what they have done to people. I don't care if it's 70 years ago. People need to go to jail for that.
That's right.
If they're alive, 80 or 90 years old, they need to go to jail for what they have done.
That's right. So we are so happy to be out here on this New Year's.
It's a great year, but we got to tell you the truth, some things that people don't want to say. That's the reason why some of your preachers your people are never going to be delivered, because you will not call on those that are true Christian evangelists, preachers, and pastors all over the world. You rather call on someone that can collect money, but see, in the end, that person that you choose that were false prophets, those persons, they're going to show up, and it's going to make your church look bad as well. Like many other preachers in 2010 have called upon people that was a mess. Now they looking bad.
Exactly. So we hope that you're having a wonderful day.
We pray that. Yes.
And hopefully for the rest of this whole new year too, that everybody have it safe. And I know you're might have some ups and downs, but you know, Jesus is there. Just have to rely on Him and seek Him. And
we got some things that coming up that we're going to talk about later on, and some things that we have done in the 2010 that we developed in 2011 and this year.
Yes.
So you should be getting some information regarding some of the things that we have done, projects we have done, so that a lot of people can be strengthened by the Word.
Exactly. So God bless you, and happy birthday, sweetie.
Yes. Best birthday is to minister to people all over the world. That's my best birthday. I can do the Lord's will. Most preachers or whatever, teachers or whatever, want to do the Lord's will.
Yes.
And you can be healed on this thing, by the way, too.
Oh, yeah.
This is a healing place, mentally, psychologically, and physically. The Lord can heal you. If you believe, the Lord can heal you while you're listening to this show.
Yes. So God bless, and we love you.
We love you very much.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
All right. Bye-bye.